Hi guys, I just wanted to give you guys some tips on how to access some of the applications and resources and activities that are going to be assigned to you over the next few weeks while we are doing our learning from home. So if you will go to Schoology, if you haven't already bookmarked it, it'd be a good idea to do so, or you can access it through Clever. And once it loads, I will show you. So everything for our continued learning is going to be in the homeroom course. So you can just stay there. You don't need to worry about going to the other courses. I did just make folders for each thing. That way we don't get confused on where to go. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about are the notifications and the messages up here. If you haven't already turned your notifications on, that is in your settings, or you can click on this notifications bar in the course. And if you wanted to send me a private message, that is that envelope icon right there. So the first thing you should do every day is go to the plans for that particular day. Now today is Tuesday, March 17th. As you can see from my perspective, I have a little bit more access to things I haven't published to you yet, but it will eventually be published to you. So I'm going to click on those plans, and it's going to bring up a document that breaks down what's expected of you for that day. Now, it is aligned to the packet that was sent home as to not confuse anyone, but this is a little bit more detailed. That was very general. This also gives you activities and applications that I can check on what you're doing and make sure that you're doing it correctly, or answer questions that you might have, or give you feedback. So as you can see, we're starting off a little slow. I have some things in Google Classroom, Go Formative, and some other resources that I will speak to, but I want to show you how to get to those applications if you don't already know. So I'm going to go back to my homeroom course. I had already mentioned that one of the things was in Google Classroom. So for that, you can either go to Google Classroom and I can give you the code, or if you go to this first virtual learning general information, it has a lot of information for how things will go, and there are directions for the Google Classroom there with the code. So you would just need to click on this link and put the code in, and you will be a member of the group. As you can see here, there are already some assignments that have been posted, and some people that I have been able to check how they're doing and give them feedback on their work so far. So make sure that you are getting into that and doing those assignments. Again, I'm going to go back to my homeroom course. I can either go to courses and click homeroom, or I can just click the link at the top that says homeroom to get me back to that page. So here I have my content resources, my math resources, language arts, Genius Hour project. I just want to speak about really quickly. There is a discussion board in there for Miss Hayden to speak with you. That is the project that you already started. She did say that you could start another one if you finish your first one, but make sure that the first one is approved and it's your best effort. And if you feel like you've done everything in your board, there are some extra resources in this last folder right here. So I'm going to go into the language arts resources just really quick to show you that this is where some of the discussion boards or materials will be for your plans. So this first one, day 2, March 17th, read and respond. There's a couple questions to answer. I can see one person has already responded to that today. So thank you. I'm going to go back to my homeroom course. I think that's kind of the breakdown of what it is for that. The last thing I wanted to show you was in Clever. If you go to this extra resources icon and then you click on the formative icon, mine looks a little bit different, but it will log you in automatically. You should not need a code for this, but this is where those Go Math sheets will be. That way I can see if you're doing it. I can see if you're doing it correctly. If you need help, I can see that already 5 people have done day 1 and 2 people have done day 2. So if you have any questions on how to do that, feel free to ask. So